Alright, this tutorial is going to be on advanced views because basically we need a property search so we can go through and search our property. And we know that our theme isn't done yet, whatever, but let's make the basis for a type of property search. So I'm going to go to structure and I'm going to go to views and I'm going to add a new view and I'm going to say property search. And we're going to show content of type property, and then we're going to create a title. We're going to create a page, property search, or we can name it whatever we want, or we don't have to give it. We don't have to give it a title at all. But I want it to be able to be at real estate/property search. That's fine. You can override that to whatever you want. Items to display 10, use a pager, that's fine. On format list, that's fine. Of teasers, no, we want fields. And we want to continue and edit. I want to save that. Yep. And I want to just go home and put that there. So property search. So basically, that's our default view. Okay. So now, if we go, we gotta find it again. Well, the easier way to find it. Get rid of that. There it is. Property search menu. Normal menu or normal menu entry. Search, apply. Now we're going to have properties that are published. We're going to add a filter, and we are going to filter for we're going to filter for content, and we are going to filter for content, number of bathrooms or number of bedrooms. Okay, so we're going to apply that. So we're going to we're going to expose that filter, and we're going to have a label, number of bedrooms, and we're going to apply. Okay, hit save. So now when I go like this, I can say any, apply, 3 bedrooms. Now it's not going to show anything. So now we've just come up with a problem here. Like we don't have no results found. Okay. So what we can do, no results behavior, global message or global text area, label. Sorry, no. Properties found. Properties found. Apply. And we'll save that. So now when I go apply, sorry, no properties found. But if I go 0, sorry, no properties found. 2 bedrooms. So this is not very good. This is not very, it's not actually very good here because we could have less or more, and this isn't, very nice to what we're searching. So let's add a few more fields, and we are going to add a field, and we are going to filter, or just for the content, and the content is going to be image. Nope. It's going to be property image. Property images. Apply. Don't want to create a label, so we can get rid of that. Formatter image. We can say, formatter medium. We can change those. Multiple field settings. Display all values in the same row. Not really. I don't want to do that. Just display 1 display 1 value starting from the first item. So the item at the top will be displayed. Yep, so it's actually duplicated it there, and I will tell you why in a sec. Basically it was because you still need to check that and just display 1, 0. So make sure that display all values in the same row is ticked, or else it'll display more images. Alright, now because we have that, let's just check on that. There we go. Or if we don't have this field key in the URL, we can have that like that. So we can further add another field, and we'll say content body apply. So we'll give this just the description. So we don't want to have that no result writing. Trim this field to length. Oops. Nah, not bedroom. Body. Maximum length, 200. Apply. And we want the property image. We want to link item to the content. Apply. And we want to save that. Alright, so now we have a bedroom, or like a bedrooms filter that we can apply to. Now let's make another filter. Roll on down here and hit add. We can say filter by content, number of bathrooms, apply, expose, number of bathrooms, this is the label, right. Now we can refresh this one. So now we have number of bathrooms, and we can say any, apply. I'm just going to quickly check on what this is. 6 bathrooms. Okay. So we can say 6, apply. Yep, and any, apply. Or 1 with 6 bathrooms. Obviously it's not going to be found for that specific search criteria. Now basically what's happening behind the scenes up here is you're getting these values in the URL, which is really good, because later on probably just going to hide this by CSS and do my own thing anyway, and then make those query strings search on there. So that's what we're gonna go with. Now we gotta actually add a location field to this. So let's do that. So I'm just gonna have the entire address block for this. Hide fields from display. Yeah, coordinates, metlink, country name, coordinates chooser, street location, or location name. Go ahead and apply, and now I get my address block, and that's cool. Oops, any, apply, and so now I got access to my address block, which is what we're going to need a little bit later. And because I want that at the top, probably I want to put put that address, arrange the address to the top. Alright, now, nope, I didn't save it. Okay, so we're going to need some location searches. So let's do that. So straight off the bat, I'm going to go add in the filter criteria. I'm going to stop down to location here, and I'm going to do this per, I guess, postal code. Let's say that's pretty useful. Apply is equal to expose the filter postal code. That's fine. You can reset it to Remember. That's pretty cool. So apply, save. So if they're looking for a specific postal code now, we can put in that postal code, apply, and it's coming up with this particular address. Now if we have this one in here, no properties are going to be found. So there's a big problem there. You know, if you don't have a property in that, you might, you know, want to suggest other properties, stuff like that. So now we're going to actually have to make a distance and proximity search filter. Okay, so filter criteria, add, filter by location, distance proximity, apply. We're going to use postal code, no, not /country, just postal code. Assumes default country because that's what we're using. Distance is going to be 100 kilometers. That's the default one. More. Oops, we're going to expose that. Label distance. Distance / proximity. I'm going to leave it all blank as it is. Rectangular. Yep. You know, or do we want it circular? Assumes default country. We can hit apply. Okay. So now when we go here and save this, and I go to property search. Okay. Right now, I'm just gonna go. Right now, we can have number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, a postal code. This particular postal code is now obsolete because that's a specific postal code. So we have to remove this one. So if I put in, you know, what is their postal code? This one, yes, it's going to show it. Apply. Yes, it's going to show it. But also, you know, if we put that in, you know, a different postal code, it's still going to show it. Port those in if I have, you know, PHP MyAdmin, and I just basically, it wasn't doing it for me, so I just, you know, basically cut and paste every 1500 rows into the SQL query box. Anyway, so now that we have this working, the default is 50, and I think that's all right. You know, 50 of, I don't know what it is. So basically now what we can do is you maybe use a little bit of CSS here to hide that this kilometers to miles, because that's useless, I think. So we can just go like that, make a CSS rule, refresh that. Well, I was working in a different file. So we're just hiding that. Now this distance here, I don't want that either, so I'm just gonna grab that class and form item distance. Yep. I'm gonna open up my CSS file, units. That's an actual class, this one. So hit save, refresh. So distance proximity. So now I have the postal code, so you can style this up or what I'm going to do is hide these all completely, and then make my own custom search function. So let's just proximity search, like to for like a postal code app, or we've got the 3 bedrooms apply. So we're gonna make this a lot better, and I'll show you. I'll resume this tutorial after I've made this a lot better.